Welcome back to another video. DJI has released new firmware update for Mini 2. So in this video we will be upgrading our Mini 2 to the latest version of the firmware and checking whether the 15 meters hack is working fine. Without wasting much of the time, let's quickly get into the video. So on the home page of the DJI Fly app, you get the notification of new firmware availability. Once we hit on that, we will be able to see all the new features and improvements added to this firmware. First add-on feature for this firmware is it supports DJI Smart Controller, which has 2 times the cost of DJI Mini 2. Looking at the Smart Controller cost, I think this feature is not applicable for me. Let's start the firmware upgrade. This may take around 5 minutes. As you can see on the screen, my max altitude is at 15 meters. Let's quickly upgrade this firmware and check whether 15 meter hack will work perfectly or not. As you can see on the screen, DroneHack say that DH Companion works on 01.02.03 firmware. So the main test is whether this works with the latest firmware or not. That is the main question. So other improvements in this firmware are second one is optimized gimbal FPV mode, which gives a smooth FPV mode effect when we are in FPV mode of the gimbal. And the third one is optimized auto discharging process of batteries. To know more in detail about the batteries, you can check out the detailed video on this. You can find the link in the I button over here. And the last one is improves flight stability and compass calibration. So after doing this upgrade, at the end we will check all these improvements. While doing this firmware upgrade, your aircraft will automatically restart or boot up for 2 to 3 times. Once this firmware upgrading and installation is done, your aircraft will automatically turns off. You need to restart it manually. Once the firmware update is done, please do check all your settings, because after completing the firmware upgrade, whatever you have done the setting changes, that will get reset. I recommend you guys to check these settings because in the safety mode there is a signal loss setting. Whenever the signal is lost, there are 3 options like descend or return to home or hover. So if you have selected return to home when signal is lost, there is a high chance that after this firmware upgrade it will get reset to hover there itself or descend wherever it will be. So check that before taking off your drone. Now let's quickly open DH Companion and check whether the 15 meters hack is working fine or not. We'll just fast forward this DH Companion process. If you want to know it in detail, there is a separate video on DH Companion. I will mention the link in the I button. You can click on it and check that video as well. Okay, we are done with the DH Companion and we will switch back to the DJI Fly app. Now you can see that max altitude is 500 meters. That means hack is working totally fine. So without any worries, you can go ahead and update your firmware. After this method, I have also tested DroneHack software, the method which we were using to hack the Mini 2 with the help of laptop. Many of the users are still using that method as well. So I have tested that also. That is also working fine. I have not added that thing in this video because I don't want it to make this video very lengthy. So both the methods with the DH Companion as well as DroneHack software, both the methods are working fine after this firmware upgrade. So without any worries, you can upgrade this firmware. It is continuously raining here from past 8 hours, so I will not be able to do the stability test and optimize FPV gimbal mode in this video. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all have found this video informative. If you have found this video informative, do hit a like button and subscribe to my channel for more such updates. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.